Hello everyone, welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Walia Bhatnagar and I'm with you with the area of AFM. Acha. In the last class, we had started with the practice questions. We would be continuing further today. Before we proceed further, everyone, please go ahead and like this particular session and don't forget to share it as well, everyone. Okay, so what is it that we're talking about today? We're going to talk about the blend of questions that we have started for individual chapters. Please go through the previous playlist in which I've covered all these topics individually. Right? Now, let's start with the particular topic further. The first question. Accounting information refers to only events which are concerned with the business firm. Accounting information is presented in the financial statements. A is correct, B is wrong, or both are correct, or one is wrong, one is right, and both are wrong. वैसे तो it is totally related with the area of the business events only. And yes, it is related to the area of financial statements. And this one is correct. Assertion is correct, but I won't think that accounting information. This question has to be checked again because both are correct. Because accounting information that we note down in the books of accounts is based upon the actual accounting, and accounting information is presented in the financial statements. Yes, it is done that way. So this answer is wrong. When average cost is declining, this is a part of costing there. Average cost is your mean. Matlab, you have the higher or the lower cost and then you find the average of it. Marginal is the variable cost. है ना? So what would be the answer in this case? Marginal cost must be declining. Marginal cost must be above average cost, or basically when average cost is declining, marginal is also declining. They both go hand in hand. But when we talk about the specific area of when average cost is declining, at that point of time, the marginal cost must be above the average cost. Only at that time the marginal cost is above the average. But once one particular part of it starts declining, then this also starts declining further. ठीक है? Next question, everyone. Which of the following will result into sources of funds? Increase in current assets, decrease in CA, increase in current liabilities, or decrease in current liabilities? Codes. What's going to be the answer, everyone? One and two, two and three, one and three, or two and four? What's the correct answer according to you? The answer is 1 and 3. Into sources of funds, matlab you are getting money. One is you are getting money if you are having an increase in current assets or a decrease in current liabilities. In this case, you are having, sorry, increase in current liabilities. Matlab if I'm taking a lot of loans or if I'm buying a lot of current assets. In both the areas, this will lead to sources of funds. Sources yani you are getting funds for the business. Done? Let's move on to the next point. One and three. Acha, everyone, the marginal costing contribution is equal to what? This was among the last few chapters that we did. What do you mean by this? Everybody? Sales minus FC? Or sales minus variable cost, sales minus profit, or sales minus variable cost minus fixed cost. In this case, when you're trying to find the answer, this is basically marginal costing is equal to the variable cost. The term contribution is based upon only one part. The actually main method is sales minus variable cost is equal to contribution minus the fixed cost will give us the profit. So your answer should be sales minus variable cost. Done? Insurance expenses paid to bring an equipment from the place of purchase to the place of installation. Okay, very simple thing. I would have bought an AC and I'm getting the AC to my place. है ना? What will happen? If I get an AC and I'm bringing it to my place, then what will happen? There's only one thing that will happen. The particular transportation cost is going to be a part of the cost of AC. Isn't it? Because till the time I don't get that particular AC to my place, how will things work out? है ना? Simple yet very important point. Revenue expenditure, capital expenditure, deferred revenue or operating. I am building up something. Na? When I'm trying to build up something or I'm trying to make something, that's a part of capital expenditure. Basically, the term capital expenditure says when the things are ready to use. We are trying to make it to a situation where it is ready to use. Not using as such, but once a thing is brought to a situation where it is ready to use, it's called capital expenditure. So that's capital expenditure for you, everyone. Next point. Acha, just a moment. Just a moment, everyone. We were talking about capital expenditure now. So just what do you mean by the revenue expenditure then before we move forward? What do you mean by revenue expenditure? Revenue is related to the area of revenue is related to the specific area of regular earnings. मतलब anything that you are doing for the business for your regular earnings is revenue based expenditure. ठीक है? So here comes the next question, everyone. ABC Limited was incorporated with an authorized share capital of 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 10 each. The board of directors of the company decided to allot 10,000 shares credited as fully paid to the promoters of the company of their services, which account should be debited to the books of accounts. Whenever you give any shares to your promoters are whom? The people who actually brought the particular company into being. And it is their hard work that the company is existing, isn't it? If the company is existing because of them, then they are normally should be taken to the promoter account. वैसे it is not promoter account either. We take it into the area of incorporation expenses, or whenever we are giving them the share capital, then we will have to take it to the goodwill account. The answer is C, everyone. The answer is goodwill account. Next point, what do you mean by master budget? Financial budget, functional budget, operational budget, summary budget, or financial budget? What do you mean by master budget? Simple way of explaining the master budget. The master budget refers to the budget which is containing all the specific uh, budgets in itself. Matlab production budget, sales budget, uh, cash budget, then expenses budget, income budget. Then we have different types of budgets now. When we are trying to earn, when we are trying to produce, all those things are included in it. All those are not included. Matlab in we create all these particular budgets individually, but in this case we also create a cluster of it as well, right? Done. Chaliye. So in this case the correct answer should be functional budget, operational, operating, summary, or financial. The answer is summary budget. The budget which is the cluster of all the budgets. Got the idea? I'm sorry. The main difference between marginal and absorption costing lies between direct cost, fixed overhead, variable or semi-variable. Everybody, what's the difference? Marginal as well as absorption. Marginal is obsessed with only one thing, variable costing. Absorption looks at every cost. Matlab, the marginal cost says that I will just include average cost. Matlab, I will just include the variable cost. I'm sorry. While absorption costing talks about the fixed cost plus variable cost. So the basic area of difference lies is that this particularly focuses on the area of variable cost. The main point is variable overheads everyone. Done everyone? Easy pyara sa question. But can it be asked in the examination? Indeed, such kind of questions can be asked in the examination. Okay, how does the concept of materiality impact accounting practices? It requires a strict recording of all financial transactions regardless of their significance. It allows the exclusion of trivial or insignificant items that do not affect decision making. It mandates the presentation of dissimilar matlab the ones which are not similar, right? Dissimilar items separately in the financial statements, or it prioritizes theoretical correctness over practical usefulness. Whereas in accountancy, you will never find there is some theory that is important. Matlab, till date, I'd been learning accountancy from every nook and corner is always a practical part. The theory is something that we come to know about or we understand only when we are very clear about the practical side of it. Because the theory can be easily understood through its application, isn't it? So, when we're talking about materiality, concept of materiality, materiality simply says do not record everything. Record only those specific things which are very important or very material, very much relevant for the organization. Okay? So, in this case, it mandates the when we talk about the concept of materiality, na, it means that everything which is really important should be specified, but it allows the for the exclusion of trivial or insignificant items. Matlab everyone for a specific decision, whatever is most important variable, they should be considered. You know, done. So this is the answer. B. It allows exclusion of the trivial or insignificant items. Matlab the ones which are not really very big and they should not be paid attention to. And this is not based upon the CA firm or you can say the organization which they're talking about. It is based upon the amount which is involved. Then everyone, now let's move on to the next question. Under what circumstances might an entity choose not to present items separately in the financial statements? वैसे तो AS1 says full disclosure. When we talk about the circumstances in which AS1 does not present separately, in every organization you have to do it. When they are immaterial and dissimilar, that is one particular point. Then is second is basically when they are significant, when they are immaterial and of a dissimilar nature function, when they are uh, significant but no does not have a specific major impact, when they have a material but it cannot be accurately determined, or when they are immaterial but the similar nature or the function is there. Okay, just a moment. Somehow the answer has been said attached. The answer is actually A. Whatever is very immaterial and very dissimilar in nature, no, you don't really have to tell it. But all the significant items which affects the decision making of the company, they should be told in advance. Otherwise, company can face major problems because of this. That part is definitely correct. Done, everyone? So in this case, the correct answer is that when they're immaterial or dissimilar, then you need not to tell anything about it. Which merits of double entry system ensures the both personal and impersonal accounts are kept, providing a complete record of the business transaction, everyone. It allows the checking of arithmetical accuracy. Then it enables the preparation of the profit and loss account. It allows it a comparison of current year activities with the previous years. And then is it's complete it completes a complete record of the business. When we have a bookkeeping and we are trying to reconcile now, then whatever information we possess and whatever we are imparting, that particular thing is termed in terms of full disclosure principle. Done, everyone? What's going to be the answer, everyone? Everybody, what's the answer? Started. So please